Hello, my name is Kimber Berry, and this is my introduction video for AEP 855. A little bit about me. I'm 25 years old. I live in Dodge City, Kansas. I have a wonderful family. Christian is my boyfriend, and Luna is our 3-year-old daughter. We also have one on the way, which is exciting. I have my ESOL certification, and I have been teaching second grade for 5 years now. Same school, everything. A little bit ready for a change. In terms of pandemic teaching, wow, when the pandemic hit last year, everything went a little bit crazy. Our students were sent home with learning packets that included math, reading, writing. In the beginning, we were required to check in with families 2 times out of the week, however we could. Email, phone, Zoom, however we could to get a hold of them. It was overwhelming, and our district quickly realized that that was too much, so they reduced it to 1 time a week. I held Zoom meetings twice a week. If kids could join, they joined. If they didn't, they didn't. Sometimes I had 2 kids, sometimes I had 10 kids. We just played games, hung out, nothing education related because our district told us not to. Absolutely no. So we just played games. Since we've come back to school, I've been teaching face-to-face the entire year. There have been times where a student's family member tested positive, so they would quarantine and join in via laptop from their house. But they've all come back, and currently I have all 20 kids in my classroom. I've had a lot of patience, and I've had to learn a lot of patience and some resilience throughout the past year. Critical reflection, the 3 mindsets. Okay, all students are capable of learning. This mindset is so important to have as a teacher. I absolutely agree with this statement. I've met teachers that don't agree, and it shows in their demeanor towards teaching, interacting with colleagues, and towards students in their classroom. Promoting teacher collaboration is essential. Stop, collaborate, and listen. I work with my 2nd grade team to divide our workload. We divide and conquer, and it's wonderful. Without them, I don't know where I would be. It's so much work to do and be a teacher by yourself. Working amongst the many is great. For happiness and optimism, I'm not quite sure how you can teach without those things in some way, shape, or form. I can only imagine a really sad soul in elementary classroom with no joy. I do think it's important for educators to be allowed those mental health days so that we are healthy and can be there and be happy and optimistic for our kids. Critical reflection, the 5 dispositions. Confidence, being not afraid to make a mistake, backing up choices. I think I might come across as overconfident occasionally. I'm not one to speak in front of big groups of people, but I'm also not afraid to make my opinions heard. Taking risks and making those hard decisions. As teachers, we make so many decisions every day. I love implementing new ideas and new strategies into my classroom. I'm often our grade level guinea pig for that sort of thing. I look to my colleagues to help me make those hard decisions, though. Seeing the positive side of everything and being able to laugh about it, that humor in the classroom. I love reading funny books. I love watching silly videos with my students. Humor is one of the best ways to reach your students, and I often try to fit it in when I notice a student's doing something they're not supposed to, just to give it a light touch, like, you know, you're not doing what you're supposed to, but we're going to be a little silly about it and fix it. Empathetically assertive. Hold your ground, but with compassion. I am firm in my expectations in my classroom. I have very high expectations for my 2nd graders. I know what they're capable of, and I don't often waver. I am empathetic, but to an extent, I guess it really depends on the situation and what we're talking about and doing. Being a learner, constantly learning new things and being open to that. My district helps with this tremendously. I know not a lot of districts do that. We're working on coaching cycles throughout the year with our building coach, and we get to choose what we want to learn more about. So it gives us more of an incentive to be really involved with it. So that's pretty awesome. The 3 practices. All right. Courage to say no or to stand up for yourself, focus and prioritizing. having a goal-oriented mindset. It's so important to focus on your goals and learn what you need to prioritize. Sometimes I end up wasting a whole plan period doing something silly, but it happens. I love that my building principal helps us examine our feedback and our data. She doesn't expect us to do the work by ourselves. And then, of course, treating people with dignity and respect as a teacher and a leader is so important. 8 principles. All of these are so important. I don't know, I agree with all of them. I have a bit of a hard time with the public interest ahead of self because I've had students that very clearly need one-on-one instruction, like a 2nd grader that doesn't know their alphabet. I've had to prioritize and focus on what will benefit my whole class and try to fit in what will work with that student differently, which is really hard to do. I agree that it's important, but it's really hard to take that away from a student or to, just push it to the side. Being a positive role model, self-control, self-discipline, integrity with students and colleagues. Task and employee-centeredness. Assigning tasks to the correct people is really important. I don't know how well I can do that as a leader of adults, but as a leader of my students, I know what kind of groups I'm going to make. I recognize that talent and I put them together in ways that their talents will get to show. That last one I want to talk about, inclusiveness. It is so important to be inclusive of everyone in your classroom, promoting a sense of belonging. Everyone is a piece of the puzzle. Everyone fits in. Some students come to school because that's the only place they feel safe. So that inclusiveness is so important. Self-critique. Okay. My strengths are happiness. I like to think that I keep a really happy classroom. I'm optimistic. Inclusiveness, really good at keeping everyone involved in some way, shape, or form, making sure that we're all engaged. I start every day off with some music, get us happy. I am also a big risk taker. I like to try new things out in the classroom. In the beginning of my career, I absolutely did not. But the more I've learned, the more mistakes I've made, I'm learning to be okay with that failure because I learned so much from it. My biggest weakness is self-control. I speak my mind often and don't always choose the best times to present things. I need to become better at self-reflecting and to gain a better poker face. My face is often an open book, and self-control is not my strongest suit. To promote the educational success and well-being of every student, again, it's really important that we're inclusive. We help everyone feel comfortable, and not only inclusive of students, but inclusive of their families and keeping them connected to what their student is doing in the classroom. It's so important. And then I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and leave these at the end.